Hello, sacred ones, people of the earth, those who are waking up and those who are beginning to wake up. My name is Jessica Jean Zdenek. I am filming right now in Moorhead, Minnesota, a part of the Twin City of the Fargo-Moorhead area. And I am a person who has benefited from the takeover of native land. My ancestors were Scandinavian, Lutheran, Norwegian ministers who came to this country in the late 1800s and who inherited land in South Dakota. And my ancestors were the ministers, the holy people who absolved the settlers of their sins. And I am speaking because I feel convicted that my people have not fully understood the sins that we have committed, and that it's time to make reconciliation with natives and with the earth, with the land that we live on, and the land that gave us privilege and gave us a foundation to acquire money and goods and power in a culture on the backs of people who were slaughtered and people who were denigrated. I feel that the Faustian deal that happened as we received this land as gift, as if it was given to us by the divine. And it was not given to us by the divine. It was given to us by powers that wanted to dominate and control the land, and powers that wanted to dominate and control people, guised as divinity, false gods. Those of us who have inherited the land through our families in this area have also inherited a separation from our natural selves. Many of us have struggled in our lives to live a life of wholeness. We have been severed from our deepest emotions, as those have been demonized, along with the natives. Our way of being spiritual was to ascend out of our bodies and out of our intuitions and out of our deep knowings and our emotions in order to be saved, in order to be holy. But this has not saved us. It has made us a fragmented people. It has made us callous to the sufferings of others and to our own sufferings, which we have continued to deny and repress and suppress in ourselves. And many of us and many of my people have suffered depression and other mental diseases and illnesses due to this fact. This is the karma that we've inherited. This is the consequences for our sins, for participating in a culture of domination and suppression in order to succeed. And I personally want to say that I am sorry, and that I feel in my body, and I have felt since I was a child, that what we have done to the land, what we have done to the native people is wrong. It's a participation in rape culture, a participation in taking something that's not ours. And this comes from a deep devaluation of life itself and of the feminine, of things that are considered to be by the dominant culture weak. But our weaknesses are our true humanity. Our weaknesses are our strengths. When we can be honest and face our own emotions and our own suffering with compassion, we become humane. We become whole to ourselves, and we become able to express compassion towards others. We are one people. Those of us who live on the earth, we are dependent upon the earth and upon her resources and upon her beauty to be whole, to care for our children, and to create a just and more perfect world. What is happening on the western side of the state in North Dakota right now is a big turning point for us to wake up and to really ask ourselves, whose side are we on? Are we on the side of our true nature, of our divine nature, of our connection to the earth? Do we care for the highest good of all beings? Or are we just trying to get ahead at the expense of others? Are we living a disconnected life? Are we willing to harm somebody else to get ahead? Because that road is coming to an end. We are coming to a time when those powers will fall. The Bible tells us that the meek shall inherit the earth, that the lion shall lie down with the lamb, that those who have sown in tears will reap with songs of joy. So I ask you to consider returning home to your own sacred body, sacred feelings, sacred wholeness, to be courageous enough to face your own weaknesses, to let the veils be lifted on generations of teachings and ideas and beliefs that have said in order to be saved, in order to be holy, in order to be successful, that you must repress your feelings. You must shut down your true nature. And we have valued duty and ethic. And we are very hardworking people. This is true. But when we are hardworking at the expense of the soul and at the expense of human dignity, then our work is out of alignment with our Creator and with our calling and with our true essence. So may we wake up in this moment, in this lifetime, to remember what it is we are truly here to do, to be fully alive, to be in alignment with our soul's purpose, and to begin to see one another as brothers and sisters, creatures of the earth, sovereign beings who have come here to learn how to live peace, to break our alliances with systems of power that would oppress us and others, so that we might live in the ways of the divine, of the sacred, to live in ways that honor our humanity, all beings of the earth, all creatures, the nature, and return to that sacred balance, that garden that we are kicked out of at the moment because of the ways in which we have sinned. So let us heal and return to our connection to the land, so that we might heal and return to the connection of our own soul, to our own true nature, to be free, to be truly alive to the purpose of our life in this moment. May the high holy beings who walk among us, those who have gone before us, our most helpful ancestors who are asking for us to be the healing change in this generation, in this moment, to stand on holy ground, on sacred ground at this moment of history, that we might turn the tides, that we might bring God's kingdom to earth, that we might see the rise again of our higher natures, that we might be courageous to break ties with systems and powers of evil, that we might see clearly the way, the truth, and the light. May it be so. Om Shanti, Shanti, deep peace.